The Fed spoke and the market listened. Yesterday's recovery was insane. I mean, there was a couple of pops when it came down to Tesla. AMC had a really nice bounce. It did pop above this red line right here. And if it just trades above this the rest of the day, that would be amazing. As you can see, the 20 is below the 50, below the 200, which is my favorite pattern, and it is now above the 50-day moving average. It might still pull back just to retest it a little bit, but as long as it stays above this red line, I have no issues. So we can see a nice little run up and see if it's going to retest that 200-day moving average on AMC. Tesla, holy sugar balls. This thing was amazing. Almost $100 return. Okay, fine, maybe not $100, maybe like 70, 75. But either way, what a big return. First of all, there was that news of Elon responding to that woman, about whatever that crap was about tax. But either way, nice bounce, came back, retested the gap fill, did not complete the gap fill. Zoomed up as soon as that Fed was released. I mean, the news from the Fed was released. So let's see what happens today. I want it to stay above 994, or if it stays above 1,000, that's phenomenal. But there is still a chance of a pullback. You can't just, have one without the other. So let's just see how it plays out. If it does keep pushing up, look for a retest at 1020, which is the 200-day moving average. If it does pull back, well, we just got to watch for levels to pull back for. Maybe the 50-day moving average will get retested, or the 960 at the worst. As long as the SPY stays above 470, I think it should be fine. It might retest at 473.54, and I will not be surprised if it makes new highs. SPY is always making new highs, so I really don't see this one pulling back any further. Maybe it'll come back just to retest the 20-day moving average, because obviously it ripped right through it. It didn't confirm it as support, so you could look for that. So it's possible it does pull back a little bit. Of course, with Tesla shooting up like a massive erection, NASDAQ ripped up too. So it did complete that gap fill. So obviously that's out of the way. Now we'll see today if it does open up and retest that 16,400 level and break above and hold that. Okay, that's what we need to see. If not, then we could still see another pullback just to retest the top of the 20-day moving average, maybe around the 16,200 level, and see what happens there. Maybe it'll consolidate, move sideways, and then push back up, or will it come back down? It's always a possibility, and this is why. It's because of our friend Mr. VIX. There is this gap to fill above here. There's also a new little gap to fill down here. So let's see if it does fill this tiny gap first, and then retest this red line for a level of support. And if it does, and it pushes back up, well, that's a possibility. And this is the reason why. The VIX has a history of refilling all these gaps. Okay, you see all these gaps here, they're always refilled. And then, of course, you have the most recent gap that needs to be filled, which is right there. So obviously, when it comes to investing, it's more psychological, and the VIX is a perfect display of that. So it's not necessarily going to happen today or this week or next week. It could still be some time before it does happen, but I am pretty sure it's going to happen. All right, so enjoy the bull run right now. Watch for these levels on all these stocks if you're trading them. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.